Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. We're once again here to serve, support, uplift, and give the knowledge and what? Miss Angeline, spill the tea. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
And as we always say, girl,
Girl, you better
you better
mind
mind
your
your
money.
money. You better mind your money. So today is no different from any other time that we have come here. We show up every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3:30 Pacific Standard Time to help business owners to mind their money. We telling them like a TI is. We are letting people know what's going on. Cause honey, they ain't
Oh,
talking about it like this on the internet, on the other side of the internet. Okay. So, welcome today. We have another good one just for you on today. Today, girl, we're going to make the broke bankable.
woohoo. All right,
The-
girl.
We're going to
The
make the
broke
broke.
bankable. I like that.
Yeah. So if you feel like there's no hope for you and you're like, how can I get from one stage to the next stage to the next stage so that I am fundable, I am bankable?
Uh-huh.
We are going to share today the stages of leveraging business funding strategically because Karen, let me tell you something. Some people they jump in steps.
Okay. Uh-oh. What? Are they skipping stuff? Is that what you're saying? They skipping?
They are skipping steps, honey. It's like they going from 100. Like, no, 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 no. We can't go 1 to 100. You're gonna get denied. You're gonna run into some problems
Yeah.
if you skip the steps, because
Don't
sometimes you have to take baby steps.
Yeah, no skipping step. No, yeah,
Yeah.
that's not the time where you wanna skip the line, right?
No, you want to
There
do
are
it.
times where you wanna skip the line, but then this is not the time. Is that what you're saying?
This is not the time. Thank you, you guys, for joining us today. Good evening to everybody today. Get your notepad, get your notes out on your phone. Click on that app, honey, because we got a good one today. And it's a writer downer. It's a writer Daniel. Oh, Miranda with Pluvio is in the house
Whoop,
tonight.
whoop, whoop,
Hey.
whoop.
Okay, yes, indeed. That is the original business bestie. Okay, let's get right into it, you guys. I'm telling you, my name is Katrina, the CEO of A New Day for You Financial. If you do not know who I am, some people call me the funding queen. And we're taking not having enough money just off the table, girl. We helping people to get to the bag.
Get to
Okay,
the bag, the money bag.
get to the bag. And I know you be helping the people to what?
Girl, when you help them get the money, I help them keep the money. So I am
Yeah.
Angeline, your tax strategist. So as Katrina help you get the money, she always tell you there got to be a mission for your money. So I help you keep the money, to have a purpose for that money with tax strategy so that you do not pay Uncle Sam more than you have to. And so when you
Period.
deploy that money and you start turn that money over to make more money, so need to have strategies in place so that you
Yes.
are not paying more in taxes, so you can you know take that money, take that profit, take that increase in your ROI and use it for other things in your business, right? And so that's what we
Yes.
do here at Grow, Thrive, and Prosper Collective. We help you to strategize either in with taxes or in your finances with your bookkeeping,
Yes.
and knowing your numbers so that you have a roadmap to your financial freedom.
Yes, that's good right there. I love that freedom, honey. So today's episode is one I have been exciting to record because we are talking about something entrepreneurs hear all the time, but most still misunderstand.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So
Hmm.
let's talk about OPM. Some people
Ooh,
want, what is that? What is OPM? What is OPM, Miss Angeline?
girl, that's an old acronym for other people money. And it is an acronym that every business owner, every entrepreneur should know and
Yes.
actually use. That is a strategy that every entrepreneur should be using other people's money to grow, scale, and prosper. You know, that's what the big boys do. They don't be using their own money to scale, to grow their business. They use other people money or OBM, other business money, right? And that's what you do.
Yes,
That's where
indeed.
you open up the purse string. That's where you come in as the funding queen.
Yeah, you know what? How this all started for me, Miss Angeline, is
Uh-huh.
literally when I started my business, a few years in business, and all of a sudden there was what they call the roller coaster. Girl, I was on the roller coaster. I know you ain't never been on the roller coaster.
Girl, I've been on the roller coaster. Yes, I have.
Anybody out there been on the roller coasters? And what I mean by that is that some months we had good months where
Yeah.
revenue was up, and
Yes.
then some months revenue was down, and some months you was up, 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 and then you
Yes.
went down. It was just this roller coaster of cash flow was in and
Yes.
out. And so I was like, man, how do they do it? I said, I see on the internet people are balling. They got these cars and houses. They living on large and on the
Yeah.
beach, and business has made them wealthy. And I was sitting here like, I got degrees. I
Yeah.
got certifications. I
Yes.
got experience.
I know what I'm doing.
I'm smart. Like,
Right.
what are they doing that I'm not doing? I couldn't figure it out, girl. I was like, I'm just gonna throw in the towel because evidently I don't have what it takes.
Right.
But
Uh-huh.
before I did that, let me tell you what I did. I invested at the level that I expected results.
There you go.
I got me a coach.
There you
That
go.
means that I was a certified financial coach, and I said, you know what? I'm going to get me a coach and I'm
Uh-huh.
going to learn how to do this thing because I was lost, girl. I
Yes.
was lost,
Right.
about to
Right.
give it
Right.
up. And
Yes.
so, long and behold, after getting into a program about how to build business credit, I ended up finding out how people were doing this thing.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I was telling him my story about sometimes months are up and down. I just didn't understand. And he was like, what are you doing, Katrina? He said, why are you using your money? I was like, uh, I didn't get the memo of I thought that's what we were supposed to do, pull up ourselves by our own bootstraps, save up enough money and tap into your 401k and borrow from Peter and Paul and try to make things happen and risk all your own money. And he was like, "No, this is not what the wealthy do. This is not what you do. You leverage OPM." He said 95% of entrepreneurs are overlooking leveraging other people's money. And I was like, "Do tell. Tell me more, because I hadn't got the memo." Okay? And so he began to tell me about other people's money, and he was like, "This is how you do it." And I was like, "Let's go. All in.
Right.
Let's
Right.
do it."
Right. Uh-huh.
And I leverage other people's money, and honey, let me tell you, I have not been the same ever
Ever
since.
since.
I was so hooked on phonics that I was like, "You know what?" And I know people, some people don't know what that is. I'm sorry. So hooked on hooked on phonics, meaning that you drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, you might not know what that either. But what I'm saying is that I was hooked.
You were
And
hooked. You were
I
hooked.
was I was
Figured
like,
it out.
I have to let everybody know that
Mhm.
they need to stop using their own money and start leveraging other people's money, and literally change my whole business model. I was
Right.
doing B2C, to consumer,
Yes.
to consumer, and I transitioned my business from business to
To
business. And
business.
I said, I
B2B.
have got I was like, I'm going to be a business evangelist. I'm going to let the world know that you need to leverage other people's money. And ever since then, I dug into books like Dad, Poor Dad, and books like Think and Grow Rich.
Rich.
And I
Mhm.
mean, just I'm telling you, I educated myself. I was like, what does the rich do? How do they do it? How do they play the money game? And
Money game. There you go.
my life has not been the same. I literally it changed the trajectory of my business, honey. OPM, okay? I got a team. I started running ads. I started investing into my intellect, my how to do it, finding out what the blueprint is on how to be successful in business. And let me tell you, my life has not been the same, and the trajectory of my business has been up. I'm telling you, ever since I've learned this concept. And so that's why I'm so passionate about what I do at New Day for You Financial. That's what we do, girl. We fund dreams.
There you go.
We fund
You said
dreams. And so here's the issue, girl. So a lot of people here use other people's money and they think it means go get funding, right? Ain't
uh-huh.
that what you think?
Yeah.
But the truth is, getting funding is not the strategy. See, that's where they mess up. See, they be listening to those 30-minute clips, those 20-minute clips. Go get you business credit. Go get you a
Get you a LLC.
LLC. Go get you a S corp. Go get you a trust. Go get you. Everybody just going getting stuff and
Uh-huh.
don't even understand the foundation of funding 101, how
Right.
to properly leverage. Funding is a strategy that is used for those who are ready for funding.
There you go. Back up. Somebody in the back of the room didn't hear that. Back up. Say that again.
Okay, let me back that thing up.
Back it up.
Okay, and come back. Okay, funding is not for everybody at because there are stages to this thing. Funding is a strategy to that you use when you are ready. Okay. And so today, you guys, we are going to break down the 5 stages. Somebody say 5 stages in the
Ah,
chat.
ah.
5 stages of leveraging business funding strategically.
All right. All right.
Strategically, because when you have a
Strategically.
strategy, is a
Mhm.
reason behind what you're doing at certain intervals and certain times and certain stages. Okay?
All
So let's
right. That
break it
makes sense.
down. Let's
Mhm.
break it down. Okay? Let's break it down. So here we go. Stage one. So today we're going to give you the real roadmap. And so we're going to start at stage one. So write this down. Stage one,
Stage 1.
business owners, is you're going to leverage your own money.
Ooh.
Baby,
Ooh,
they
okay.
don't like that. What
Leverage
you
your
mean,
own
Katrina?
money. Okay, that
Leverage your own money and your employer. That's
okay.
stage one. Why is that stage one? Now, they don't talk about this on the internet.
Mm,
But the reason why I'm saying it, Miss Angeline, is that you first got to make sure you have the foundation
Foundation.
of
Mhm.
your business set in order before
Mhm.
you go borrowing and getting into what we call good debt. Good
Uh-huh.
debt can easily turn bad if you don't
Yes.
have a sure foundation on your business yet.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yes.
So here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Before you leverage other people money, you guys, we want to make sure that you need to prove you can leverage your own. Okay? What
Okay.
does that mean?
What
What does
does
that
that
mean?
mean? Yeah, break that down. Break it
So let
down.
me break that down. So first of all, you want to use your own income because why? You haven't even tested out what it is you're trying to sell. You don't have a proven blueprint yet. You haven't gotten any feedback from the clients. You haven't even tested anything. So there you go. Everybody wants 50K. Give me 100K. Give me 200K. And they haven't even proven out what it is that they're trying to do in business and whether somebody wants to buy their cupcakes. You wanna go buy a food truck, you wanna go buy all that equipment, you wanna go hire 5 people, and you ain't even sold no plates.
Okay.
First of all, go get some plates, go down to the barber shop or the hairstylist, go get you a test kitchen, go sell it at some catering. Go ahead and prove the concept. Go
Yes.
ahead and calculate and count up the cost. Find
Yes.
out what ingredients you need and how much did it
Like, will
cost to
cost
make
you
one plate.
plate.
A cost of goods sold. You know this tax
Yes,
account.
ma'am. Yes,
You
ma'am.
gotta know
You
what your break even point is.
yes, ma'am.
You gotta reverse engineer what it takes to make profit.
Profit. Right. Mhm.
And so if you haven't done the numbers, you haven't done the homework, you
Right.
don't know really what top products that your client really love,
Right.
you haven't even identify who your ideal client
Client
is.
is your yeah.
y- Go ahead and be a sole proprietor until
Yes.
you figure it out before you
Right.
become an LLC. See, nobody ain't talking about this on the internet.
Nobody
What
ain't
you
saying
think
that.
about that, Miss Angeline?
You are hitting the nail on the head, my sister. You are truly, um, you're just breaking it down, being truthful and honest, with the
Yes,
about it, because like you said, when you're hearing on the internet, on the YouTube University, they're giving you the hype of what is possible, and it is possible, right? But they're not giving you the true reality of what you really have to go through up front to get to your reality of what you want to achieve. And you're breaking down the baby steps to achieve what you want. And there's certain things that there's protocols, there's steps you really have to take that you
protocols.
have
I
to
like
do.
that comment.
It is. It's this protocol that you have to take in order to, get where you wanna go. And you just broke it down step by step. First, what you just said, you leverage your own money. Test
Test it out.
what you're trying to bring to market. That's number 1. If you haven't tested out and that testing is going beyond, "Oh, my cousin said she like it. Oh, my church friend." No,
Exactly.
you really have to test the market. I mean, the open market that goes beyond your close friends and your relatives, It
Because when you have been in business for years, you now have tested,
you
you know
tested the
exactly what
market.
you want, you've
Right.
made all the mistakes,
Yeah.
you've learned some lessons, and
Yeah.
now you're ready to do real business. Now you
Right.
can use other people's
People's
money
money. Right.
because you gotta pay interest. You gotta pay them people back, girl.
That part.
Them
You gotta
other
pay it
people,
back.
you're gonna have to pay them other people back.
Yeah.
It's just like if you let me borrow some money, Miss Angeline.
Yeah.
Now, my money, I can waste my money because it's my money and I'm gonna feel bad about my money, but I'm gonna get over it because I did it. But
Yeah.
honey, when I start wasting other people's money, when I start, you give me $10,000 and I don't pay you back on time, nor matter of fact, I don't pay you back at all. Other people gonna come, girl, they gonna mess up your credit. And everybody talking about I want to get business credit, but let me tell y'all something about business credit. If you default on business credit, guess what they coming for? Your personal credit.
Mhm. Knocking at your door.
See, they didn't tell y'all that part on the 30-minute second IG live reel. They didn't tell them that part, honey. They didn't
Oh,
tell them
no.
that part.
Oh,
Okay?
no. They
They
didn't
have
tell him. They didn't
they didn't
tell
tell
him,
them.
"Girl."
But we telling them over here. We are telling them over here. So if you
Mm,
have passed the first stage, you like, look, I've tested my money with my own money and I think I got it. I'm ready for funding, ready to leverage other people's money. Then you need to drop the word FUNDING funding, and we will get you your funding within 24 hours. I mean, we will let you know how much you're pre-approved for, and we can get you to the next stage. So let's go ahead. So let's talk about this first stage a little bit more. So So essentially, what I'm saying is that you're going to use your job income, your W 2, your salary to fund your early setup steps. Okay. You're going
Okay.
to obviously, you know, you're going to actually build while employed strategically. That's another thing that people do. They leave their job prematurely
Ooh,
sometimes.
yeah. Mhm.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's a good
see,
one.
nobody
Leave
don't want to talk about that one.
prematurely. Yeah.
Prematurely. So we go out and we like, I'm stepping out on faith, but we want to step out on faith strategically.
Strategically, right, there's a timing in that when to do it. So it
Yeah.
is you're saying not to do it, but there's the right time to
There's a
do it.
right time to
Mhm.
do it. And also, that's why those people who started their businesses during the pandemic, they gone back to work.
A lot of them have.
Yeah, they gone
Yes.
back to work because they like, "Oh, yeah, it was sounded so good that
Mhm.
it was gonna be easy. I'm gonna have my own schedule.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do." Honey, they find out in these entrepreneur streets ain't, it
It
ain't
is not for
choke up what they
everybody.
think. It's not for everybody.
It is not for everybody.
Most
Yeah.
businesses fail because of lack of cash flow. They
Yes.
fail because they don't have a plan. They
Right.
fail because they haven't gone through proper business plan. They
Right.
haven't gone through what it takes to be profitable. They haven't hired a mentor
Right.
like you and I. They haven't got an expert so that they can pass all the mistakes because
Yes.
we know the blueprint. What I say, if you want to go faster, you hire a
Hire the
master.
master. Yeah. Mhm.
Exactly. And so you want to validate your offer, you want to validate your products because you go out and get a whole bunch of inventory. You're gonna open up your Amazon store. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna buy all this product, and then you find out that nobody want to buy it
Not at the rate you think they're gonna buy it.
at the rate that and now you got all this inventory that you
Sitting in
didn't
your
bought up,
garage, sitting in your
right?
living room, and it's not
When in
moving.
actuality, out of you didn't bought 20 products, and guess how many sell? Two.
Yeah.
But if you had a started with baby steps, you would have known, okay, we took feedback and we did test kitchens and we did pop-ups and we
Mhm.
went to our friends and we went to our family, we went to the neighbors, we went to a trade show, set up a table. We did little things just to see what are they interested in because it's not about what you think your customer need, it's about what your customer
Customers want
purchases.
what they purchase, what they want, what they like, not what you think they want, what you think they like.
Come on now, we've all did a pivot
Yeah.
in our business because we
Yes.
thought this is what we wanted to give the world. But the
Right.
world told us what they wanted.
What they
And
wanted.
sometimes
Mhm.
even life trends will tell you it's time to pivot. It's
Right.
time to
It
do
does.
another product. It's time to do another type of service.
Yes.
Ask Blockbuster, period.
That's a
Okay?
good one.
Ask
They
Blockbuster.
didn't pivot when they were
A-
supposed to pivot.
Ask Radio Shack.
Yeah, they did not pivot when they
They
should have
did
pivoted.
not pivot,
They
and honey, they looked up and it was a Netflix.
it it was a Netflix.
Y'all better go look at the movie. I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you, go
Um,
and look. And so
mhm.
that's why the first step, you guys, you want to use your own money. Just use a few $100s here and there. Go get you some coaching, get a mentor so that they can help you to miss some of those mistakes. If you are looking for a mentor, you can join the club. We have a community where you can join to have mentorship. All of that is available for you, and that helps you to be able to, girl, I'm telling you, I'm so glad my business, the first 2 years I was out there on an island by myself trying to do it, trying
Oh,
to
me
do business.
too. Me too.
Well, then once I invested into a mentor, honey, my
Mhm.
business went straight to six figures because I had a mentor that showed me how to do it, how to show up, how to, convert clients, how to do the business, how to get
Yes.
there quicker, just all of the things. If you need a mentor, you guys drop the word club. We have a whole community over on school platform that can help you to walk you through. We got courses, we got all of this content that's in there waiting on you and helping you to get through that process. So let's get to the second step, girl. We didn't spend too much time because I just wanted to spend a lot of time on stage one, because I just want everybody to know that oftentimes during that stage one, you get your LLC when you got it, everything validated. You want to get your EIN, your business bank account. You might want to
Mhm.
do some branding, get your website, make sure everything, what they call it, MVP. You want to make sure that your product is valuable and somebody, they want it, right? We want to
Mhm.
make sure that you've tested your sales process. And are you ready to grow? Are you ready to scale? So
Right.
those are the things that will be very helpful in step one. So let's go ahead. So don't borrow to validate what you haven't proven.
Ooh.
Let me say that
Ooh,
again.
let's say that one again.
Don't
That's
borrow to validate what you haven't proven.
yes. That's powerful.
Okay. And
That's
just
powerful.
so happened, and I had told you about this story about this guy. He was upset because he only got I think about 14K or 20K or something, and he was upset. I'm like, sir, why are you upset about you only getting 20K? But that is what the internet has taught these people. We are so privileged. People don't realize I didn't start with no 20K.
Me either.
Girl, I just started.
Yeah.
I
I
don't even know.
bootstrap.
I don't even know how much money I had because having enough money wasn't even in my mind. It was just
Mm,
like I just started.
I
You know what I'm
started.
saying? It was like,
Mhm.
okay, well, how much I need for this to get certified? Okay, I paid that. I just did one step at a time, and it was with my own money.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Because I hadn't validated. What happens is that a lot of times we start
Mm-mm.
stuff and then stop it. You don't even know if you're gonna be really committed. And
Mm.
you getting into debt. Why? You don't need to get into debt if you haven't even really know whether you really like that business or not. You know how many people then started selling Avon and Mary Kay? Ask them, do they still sell it?
No.
See, this is my point. This is my point. You don't need $20,000 and $50,000 when you haven't even, and that's what the internet has done. It is sad. We have taught them to, it's so easy, and we'll give you the money, right?
Mhm.
They'll give you, you will get with people and they will say, I do funding, and they will give you all of the money, honey. They'll give you 50.
Uh,
How much you want?
yeah,
You
what
got
about
you ready, they be like, what you want? We'll give it all to you. And they haven't asked you about the mission for the money. They don't care if you pay that money back. They don't care nothing.
Katrina? Now that you say that, what about these the fundings that come in the mail? You know how you get all these mailers
Mhm.
coming in saying, you're pre-qualified to uh, you know, you qualify for 30,000, you qualify for 20,000, you can
Yeah.
use it for this and that. And I feel like that gets people in that mindset, "Oh, okay, I can get 50,000, I can get 30,000," and not really like they don't break it down like you're doing like that to really educate people on it really what the protocol is, what the step is, what does it really look like? What does it really take? What does this really
Yes.
involve? What's the
Yes.
long-term picture? What's the big picture? What is this really looking like? All they're doing is dangling the fruit. Here is
Exactly.
50,000, here is 30,000, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
not really looking at, okay, this is money you got to pay back. Do
Yeah.
you have the infrastructure to really pay
Exactly.
that 30,000 back? Do you really have the consistent income to pay 50,000 back? Do you
Yeah.
really have the client load to
Yes.
pay the $50,000? Do you really have that? Yes, in your mind, like, well, if I get the $50,000, I can
Yeah.
build up to it. No. Do you
Yeah.
really, is your business really set up and the infrastructure there to
Yeah.
really support that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can think
100%.
it in your mind, you can get there and you thinking that that $50,000 can get you there, but if you're not there, or if
Yeah.
you're not on trajectory to be there, and
Yeah.
you haven't had the history to show you that you are on target to get there,
Yeah.
you're setting yourself up.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Mhm.
That's why I have a fiduciary duty. I have I'm held accountable by God, right?
Mhm,
That's why people that I work with, I take the time to make sure do they have the mindset to have that money, right?
mhm,
Are you ready to be able to execute and do the things that is going to bring a return on that money?
mhm.
Because you got to pay it back. You have to make the money back that you used it for, and you need a profit so that you can still take your pay for your operating expenses and have a profit to be able to pay on the debt, to pay it off.
Yes, yes.
And so
Uh,
that is why I always say, do you have a mission for your money? Can you articulate to me how you're going to use the money? I always ask, okay, I need 200,000. Okay, so what are you going to do with the 200,000? They let me know.
yeah.
You don't need 200,000, baby, you may need 20,000.
Mhm,
And then maybe step 2, you may need 100, and then
mhm.
maybe phase round 3, you get 200. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
right, right.
baby step get your it's called projected income.
Mhm.
It's project you have to you have to do the calculation, do the math,
Yeah,
right? You have
right.
to do the math. How is it possible? Can you reverse engineer the money that you're going to get in order to pay it off? Have you done the research? What does your competitors are getting? You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Do
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
homework.
get it, I get it, and the reason why I brought that up there 'cause, just recently, I've been getting a lot of mailers. "Ooh,
Yeah,
Angeline, you're qualified
yeah,
for
yeah,
$50,000.
yeah,
Emmanuel and Ange Financial Services. Ooh, you qualify for, another $100,000." I'm like,
yeah. So let me tell you something, honey. It's called what? Advertisement.
advertisement."
Okay? They don't know if you qualify. They don't even know if you approve or anything. They just sending out because they know what has happened in the past. Okay?
Mhm,
And so they know that you've gotten funding in the past. And so they are betting on that you are in the same stage that you were however many years ago when you got
mhm,
your funding. And so they're just sending you, and it's called clickbait or mailer bait. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? And so what they want it to do is trigger you to call, to apply.
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh,
that way they can then find out if
uh-huh.
you are really approved. Find out if you really are approved for 100,000, because that's what'll happen. It'll be a bait and switch. You know how the car dealership, okay, you call me in talking about, oh, we got this zero, this off, and that pop. You come in and we'll have this, and you get in, and they be like, oh, that deal ended with the last car that we sold. And now you know, but you can go over here, they bait and switch you. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
that's just to get you to call, get you to respond, get you to, to apply
So
essentially. So
that's why
that's
you
what that
need
is.
a strategy with an advisor so
There you
that
go.
you don't get trapped
Yeah, you'll get
with this
trapped. That's
bait and
that's yeah.
switch thing.
It's a bait and switch. Yeah, you're not really pre-approved, honey. They just hoping that you are. Mhm. So let's go ahead. So don't borrow to validate what you haven't proven. So let's get to stage 2. Girl, we just spent 30 minutes on stage 2, on stage 1, but stage 1 is the most important part because it's uphill from there, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so now that you have validated your offer, now that you know exactly who you serve, now that you have kind of put your feet in there and you've like, okay, now I'm actually, I feel like this is really not saying that you have to have made money per se, but you've done the homework and you know it's valid and you know other people were who is valid, and you have perhaps maybe done or pro bono, you know what I'm saying, to test it out.
Mhm.
Do you have the procedure and the skills? Are you able to deliver on your product? Have you gotten any reviews? Those types of things. So stage 2, you're now ready to hire a funding advisor. Okay. And we are a funding advisor. Who we are is essentially like a financial advisor. We're like an accountant. We're like a lawyer. We're like a CPA, right? We
Right.
we we are those that are an expert or a subject matter expert on funding. We're not a what they call a generalist. Okay? We
All
are a
right.
specialist. We're an expert that we know specifically about how to advise you regarding funding, right?
Strategically, specifically for
Strategically.
you and your
And we have
situation.
exactly. We have a track record of
Mhm.
others that we've gotten funding. You can go to newdayforyoufinancial.com and there is a wall of testimonies. Okay. We have receipts. Okay. Matter of fact, the receipt is on the other line over here on the other microphone.
Hello?
Okay? The receipts, okay? And so stop randomly
Mm,
applying for stuff, you guys. You need a funding expert, someone who already knows what the qualifications are to get approved. We already have relationships with banks and relationships with individuals who know what it takes to get approved. So stop up randomly applying, okay? Getting all of these, we talked about this the other week about that auto loans
mhm.
going in there and they just throwing your credit to all of the lenders. I'm telling
Woo.
getting 20 inquiries. You going there to get one car. Like, what is really going on? So let's talk about it. So because random application obviously it hurts your profile, right? And
Yes.
so we know how to properly sequence your funding rounds. We know what you need to get first, and we will go to the second round, we'll go to the third round, and we're looking and matching the funding type to your business model. We're matching the funding round according to your growth stage. You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
And so it's called strategic layering. Okay. We may
Mhm.
start out with a personal loan first,
Mhm.
right? Because we're
Mhm.
trying to pay down your utilization on your personal cards,
Mhm.
right? Once we get that down, then we're able to do 0% interest credit card stacking. Then once you have validated, you make revenue in your business at a certain level, then now we're able to get you what we call a revenue based funding. And
Mhm.
we're able to get you a line of credit. Now that you've established that you have a business, you're making revenue, we can get you a line of credit,
Mhm.
right? And so,
Mhm.
and then once you have projections and you have documents like your financial statements, your P&L, and all types of documents, you can qualify for a SBA loan,
Mhm.
right? Have collateral
Right.
loans. Just a whole portfolio that we're able to leverage once you have validated what it is that you want to do. You have a plan for your money.
Makes sense to me.
Okay, so let's go ahead because so access to capital without a strategy, it creates chaos. And so
Oh,
we help to put together your specific funding strategy plan for your business as you grow in business. Okay, you're a perfect example of that. When we first started, we got you a business loan, right? But you was
yes.
already in business.
Right.
You had already validated your services. You already
Right.
had clients.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And so we could
Yes.
start right into a business loan, right? And then we
Yes.
went into, credit. We established your business credit. Then we
Mhm.
were able to help you with your investment portfolio. So it's stages and rounds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that is
Mhm.
what it's all about. So that's stage 2. So let's get into stage 3, you guys. So
Okay.
stage 1, you use your own money. Stage 2, you hire you a funding advisor. You drop the
Yes.
word funding, okay? And we'll create your specific funding strategy plan and start your rounds of funding. And then stage 3 is once you get your funding, you don't just run off.
What?
Woo!
You don't do what?
Like they doing those IRS, refund checks right now. Woo, girl, I'm going shopping. Oh, yeah, them refund checks come in, honey, they go out, they be done forgot what they were supposed to do. They pay off no debt. They ain't put nothing in savings. They ain't made no, investment. no
The
assets. They not thinking about assets, no cash flowing assets. Honey, they going out and consuming.
consuming,
They
not
going out,
not
honey, they
turning that
going
money over to
traveling,
yeah, yeah,
they going to groceries, they buying
yeah.
clothes, they
Mhm,
buying a car that's depreciating. I mean, just all
mhm,
these things.
mhm.
Yeah. So, but
Yes,
stage 3, what we're gonna do, you guys, after we put that funding strategy plan together and we get you the funding, the 3rd stage, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make sure you have a deployment plan, okay? A deployment plan. Okay, we're gonna remind you what you said. You said that you wanted to use this percentage for marketing. You said you want to use this amount for rebranding. You said you
yes.
want to do this to hire your VA. You said you want to do this much to buy your equipment. You said so we just go back and remind you what you said you wanted to do with the money.
Uh-huh.
And then we make sure that there's a return, you can get a return on that money. And then we help you to put together your debt payoff plan. Okay, you have 18 months to pay this back. So how are we going to do that? Okay, we got to sell. All you got to do is sell 3 clients of this package at this price point, and you can pay all of this off. Is that understood? Yes.
Yes,
Okay, let's execute. And then we do a check-in to make sure that you have done that. Okay, periodically. Okay. So turning that capital into a return on
yes,
investment.
yes.
Okay, that's what's
That's
important.
powerful. That's
Okay, this is
powerful.
where businesses either win or they self-destruct
Yes,
because now you have the money. So the question is, can you deploy it profitably? Okay, because funding is the fuel, but it's not free money, you guys.
yes, not free money.
Yeah.
Not
And
free money.
yeah, 100%. So this is also where many businesses owners fail to track expenses properly as well, Miss
Mhm.
Angeline. What do you think
That's
about
right.
that? About
Yeah,
that capital and how you can, you know, um, capture those, what you're spending it for, and how can you take that funding and make your business look good? Because first of
yeah,
all, it's not a
yeah.
taxable event.
It's not a taxable event, and however and if it what you're supposed to do, if it's a truly business loan, which most likely you are getting it for them as a business loan,
Mhm.
right? That
Yeah.
should be recorded in their business book, in their business accounting records. So it should be going in their books as a liability to be
Hmm.
paid back, right?
Yes.
And um, so that amount is being tracked, so it's not getting lost and it's set up to be paid back on time and the interest is getting recorded and the interest is an expense and a business deduction so you want to make sure you're tracking that as well um, and so you wanna make sure your books are set up properly so that you're tracking that, so that's called bookkeeping. So if your finances aren't set up properly and you're not tracking that, you could be, setting yourself up for losing, deductions on your taxes and not recording things properly, you're not in compliance with your, loan agreement because you're not paying it back on time, you know who knows what could be happening if your finances are not set up properly. Um, so for me coming in and talking about this on the perspective of taxes and as an accountant, there's some compliance there that you looking at your numbers, tracking your
Yeah.
numbers, um, knowing what your debt to income ratio is,
Yeah.
looking at that cash flow, making sure you're cash flowing to um, make sure you're having that revenue there to cover it,
Yeah.
on a timely basis. So those are the things you gotta think about when you're having this level of funding coming in, right? That you're taking
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
additional responsibilities, um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
we had
so
a
it's
question here.
uh-huh.
Yeah, we had a course. It says, and it says telemarketers calling and texting pre-approvals. And so I just responded in the
Mm,
chat here. I know Miss Angeline just said that, you're getting flyers in the mail, you're getting texts, you're getting
mhm,
emails. Everybody's promising, hey, I get them myself, and I do funding.
mhm.
So I get them all the time, and I'm continually blocking them, and they still keep coming.
Yeah,
What in the world is going on in the world? And so this is the thing, is that right now, people obviously, having access to funding is really a benefit of this country, you guys. I don't know if y'all really know that other countries don't have this type of benefit where we can get access to funding this easy, especially
yes.
as a woman, as a minority, as a small
Mhm.
business, all of these types of things, and
Yeah,
so we are privileged. And so what
we are
happens when you
privileged.
are privileged, where it's pretty easy to get funding if you qualify. And so when you have this overabundance of access to funds, sometimes people abuse it. And so, like I just mentioned here in the comment, I said pre-approvals. Listen to me, you guys. Pre-approvals are not promised funds.
Mhm.
Okay? Pre-approvals are not promised funds unless you complete the underwriting process, where they're validating your income. They're validating your actual credit score. They're validating what you have, what you relationships you have with other banks. They're validating the information, and then they will give, after the underwriting process, give you the final approval, and then they will wire you the funds. But there is a underwriting process that takes place. So, like, for example, if you fill out our application for funding, I can immediately give you a pre-approval amount. However, that just gives me a range. Okay, I just did that. Matter of fact, with a client just today, they were pre-approved for 70 to 90K.
Uh-huh.
However, until we validate their income, until we validate what their credit really is, because it's a soft pull, right?
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
validate they don't have something that's out there that's, whether it's a lien, or whether
Right.
it's a court, something in the court records, something
Judgment. Uh-huh.
in the check system, something, some type of judgment. Sometimes we look at Experian, but there's something over there on Equifax that's not on Experian.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And
Right.
so different banks look at certain credit reports, all of the things. If you go back at our other episodes, we'll teach you all of those things. But so pre-approvals, like I told you, sometimes it's especially when it's mailers and when it's Texas, when they haven't even ran anything on you, they are just doing clickbait. Okay. That's clickbait.
Mm.
Okay, until they actually run your credit, until they actually you validate all your information, and you go through an underwriting process, and you get your final approval, and they wire you the funds, then and only then do you know whether you're able to get the funding. Okay, so I hope that makes it very clear for you, Miss Social. uh I think it's Social Silvers. Thank you. And I can't wait to meet you. All right. So let's go to the next stage, because we've done stage one, stage two, stage
All
three. Now,
right.
stage four is you want to obviously go to the next round. You secure additional funding to grow. So what happens is that once you get to a certain stage, I've been to that stage before, where it's like, now you got more orders than you have inventory. Additional funding's needed. You have more calls on your calendar than you can hold and you can take calls for. Then you need additional funding so you can get additional team members to help you.
Right.
You're
Yes.
bottlenecked. You're
Yes.
bottlenecked. You're at the point where you are now bottlenecked. And if in order for you to continue to grow and to scale, you need additional infusion of cash to help you to get to the next level. Because if
Yes.
you don't haven't gotten the memo on this one, and when you make money, you spend more money.
Woo.
Somebody don't see, they think you just get more money and then you just have less money that's going out. No, honey, listen, honey, when you say you make six
Make
figures, you have expenses of five figures. When you're making seven figures, you have expenses of six figures.
6 figures.
Because it's just normal. Just like if you get a
Just
bigger house, guess what?
yes,
You have
your
bigger,
expenses are more. That's right.
you get a better car, you get a
Your
that
maintenance and higher costs. That's right.
period. Don't be talking about
Period.
your computer system and been out in your car. Girl, that happened one time. I got my first BMW, girl. Honey, I was styling and profiling. It was used, but I had it, honey. I had me a bit. I was like, woo, yes, honey. I had me a red BMW, honey. I was styling and profiling. Honey, I was styling and profiling until one day I was at a light and the whole system went out. The whole dashboard went out. I'm like, what is going on? Girl had the car towed. Girl, why don't people come to me talking about it was several dollars, talking about the computer chip didn't went out
Uh-huh.
and it was gonna be several thousands of dollars. Girl, I was like, what the world? I was in, I think I was, I don't know, in my early 20s or late 20s or early 30s, whatever. I don't remember how old I was, but honey, I didn't have BMW maintenance money.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so, yes, they say more, you what they say, more money, more problems. With I'm just saying, I'm not gonna, speak that into your life, but I'm just
No,
saying.
but that's what you
And they say that the more, what they say, too much is given,
much is
much is
expected.
required.
Required, right. Mhm.
Mhm.
It just comes with the territory. So, yeah.
It does. So, use success to unlock bigger capital, obviously. And, when you need, obviously you have to reinvest money back into your business. So some people don't tell you that part.
Yes.
Sometimes you have to reinvest back into your
Yes.
business.
Yes.
And so disciplined borrowers need more funding. No, y'all didn't hear me. I said disciplined borrowers get more funding. You know, because it takes, once you get more money, you have to be able to how to leverage that, right?
Right.
So we're using your profitability to increase your borrowing power. And so what
Mhm.
they're going to do once you get additional funding, then they're now needing documentation, right? We need to see
Mhm.
your P&L. We need to see a debt schedule. We
Uh-huh.
need to see a pro forma projection statements, right? We wanna see more information, from you in order to do an acquisition, right? To do an
Uh-huh.
expansion, to do a team build out, to put more infrastructure, to put implementation of AI into your business.
There you go. See?
It may not pay off immediately, but you need more cash until it does pay off because there's a long road. It's not a short. See, that's the problem where we messed up with the funding. We wanted too quick, get funding too quick,
Yes.
get rich quick, get funding too quick. No,
Yes.
you want to just balance it out, and you just want to get a little bit at a time.
Mhm.
Okay, a little bit at a time.
Again, the keyword strategic being is
Strategic.
yes.
Yeah. So your first round of funding proves your potential.
Mhm.
Your second round of funding proves execution. And that's when lenders start taking you seriously because it's like, oh, so they've gotten funding, they've paid
Uh-huh.
it back on time, they are using it properly, they're still profitable. Then that's
Mm.
when they don't be sending you all these mailers, honey. They'll call you up. Y'all don't know about that.
Ah,
The
now
banker,
they
how you
wanna work
doing?
with you.
How you doing,
You ain't
Miss
got
Fit? How you doing, Miss Fitton? Oh, honey, they see the bank account. They be like, "How are you doing? So when can we make an appointment? You have any time to come up to our office? You have your own banker.
uh-huh.
Come on now. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, y'all ain't ready. Y'all want the LLC quick before you prove it. Okay, so at this level, you guys, it's strategic, like Miss Angeline says.
Mhm.
Okay, and they will come for you. You don't even have to go for the funding. They will call
Mm,
you. Honey,
mm.
look, Facebook will call you and say, yes, can we give you $100,000 worth of line of credit?
Whew, there you go.
Because
They
they see
chasing
you've been
you. They
that's
chasing you.
because they see you have been spending. Why do
Yeah.
you think that the banks increase your credit limit?
Yes.
They increase your credit limit because they see you're paying on time. They see you're using the credit responsibly. You see that you're a low risk. You haven't been late, and they see you're paying that balance off. You're keeping low user utilization, and they're like, "Can we give you more?"
More.
And that's how you end up getting a black card. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, "Oh, you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars with us, with American Express." They see you spending hundreds and thousands of dollars a month and, 20,000, 100,000, and you're paying it off like it's nothing. Yes, they will give you a card with no limit.
Mm. Woo.
This is my point. So that's what I'm saying. These are stages. Don't be trying to skip.
Oh, don't
It's
skip.
stages to it. Yeah, so let's get scale is not about getting bigger, you guys. It's about growing profitably and responsibly. Okay? So
That's
let's get
powerful.
to
That's powerful. That is
that's that is
powerful.
powerful. I'm telling you, because when you get to the level where you have built credibility, that's why people try to tell me, I don't care about my personal credit. I'm just gonna get business credit. No, baby, it's stages. You got to get that personal credit together.
Mm,
Then you
mm,
are building. You may do it at the same time, but you need both of those credit because
mm.
what it's saying to them is that you are credible. Out on these streets, we've been told, don't worry about your personal credit. Just get business credit. No, honey, you need both
Mm.
because you want to be a person of your word. We all have life. Life has life. Yes, you may have had to do a bankruptcy. Yes, you might have had to go through some type of debt consolidation. Yes, but guess what? You rebuild and you become
Yes.
credible and you go on with your life. Because I'm telling you, God is giving you another chance. And but you want to make sure that you are credible and you're doing it the right way. And you cannot get your credit repaired overnight. Anybody calling you, telling you we can sweep it, we can clean it, just delete it and cut it up. Honey, it is a cat on the line. Somebody lying. I'm telling you. You already know when something's quick and easy and unbelievable and you get it. Look, they know
Somebody
what's on that.
lying.
They delete it from one place, but it's in the history. It's in the data. I promise you it is there. They know. The banks ain't crazy.
Yeesh.
See,
Girl, girl,
see,
girl.
we should be telling the people they won't feel good. I'm so sorry. Y'all can get it erased overnight. 30 days, repair your credit. 30 days, get you 250,000. 30 days, you're a millionaire.
Well, girl, tell them how they can connect with you so you can get them straight. Get them
Girl,
straight, as
all
they
they
say.
have
Get them
to do
straight.
is drop the word funding in the chat, whether you are ready later or whether you're ready now. We are here to support you. We are here to support you with our funding firm, and we are here to support you in our community. And the good thing about it is that it's just not me in the community. We got other people in the community that can support you as well. So I'm going to end off on this stage five, just leveraging funding as a strategic partnership, build beyond your business. This is the elite level, you guys. It's all about, how I support, six and seven figure earners as their funding advisor. On some people, I'm on their board and I'm helping them to get through multiple rounds of funding. And so that's the whole thing about it, you guys. It is levels to this thing. Okay, and it's about networking, and it's about sometimes it may not be money that you need. Sometimes you may need favor.
Woo.
Okay,
That's
that's
there
what I'm
a
talking
oh,
about.
that's yes.
That's what I'm talking about. It's all
Favor.
about connecting to the right people. Sometimes
People.
you're like, I
Mhm.
need 100,000 so I can run ads. You may just need a funding partnership.
Yeah.
You may just need to connect with the right person that's going to bring the right clients to help you
Yes.
to get there. And it's a warm lead anyway.
Right. That
So,
girl, you just dropped a powerful nugget right there. That
look,
was
telling
that
you. So,
that that was a
I hope y'all
nugget
have
to end
enjoyed
on,
this
girl.
5 stages of funding. Let's recap,
Mhm.
okay? The 5 stages. Number 1, you wanna leverage your own money plus your employer. Let them help you to start your business, okay?
Right?
Uh, as step 1 and stage 2, stage 1 is leveraging your own money plus your employer. Stage 2 is build a funding strategy by hiring you a funding advisor like me or my team at New Day for You Financial. Stage 3 is deploying capital. Once you get that capital, honey, we want to make sure you have a plan for that money, a mission for that money, and we want to make sure you execute that debt payoff plan because you got to pay them people back their money. Okay. Stage 4, we want to secure additional rounds of funding for you to grow and scale to the next level when you are responsible and profitable. And stage 5, this is when you are able to leverage funding, honey. You ain't got to ask for funding, they come for you. And you can use that funding to strategically grow your ecosystem, your enterprise, and leave you a generational wealth that you can pass down to the next generation. Now, that's
Woo!
the 5 stages of funding, how you
That's
can
powerful.
do it the right way. Okay? Because here is the truth, other people's money is not about borrowing recklessly, it's about strategic leverage, smart deployment, building
Yes.
wealth through systems.
Systems.
Okay. And I'm telling you, if you are ready to create your personal financial, personalized funding plan, go ahead and drop the word funding, Funding, and we will send you a link so that you can find out whether you're ready now or ready later. If you do not, if you said the link doesn't work, just go to newdayforyoufinancial.com / application that will get you there as well. And so I'm just glad today, honey. I have had fun today. So, Miss Angeline, you know what? I know you got a community as well who is helping wealth builders and helping people grow, thrive, and prosper. So, tell them about your community as well.
Yes, we do have a community, that we're gonna be starting really soon, actually, and we will be supporting, entrepreneurs in their financial journey to freedom.
Yeah,
And yes, and it's going to be powerful as well as, like we said, as you're getting them the funding,
yeah,
so we're going to try to help you keep the money so
yeah,
that so we're putting strategies in place, either through tax planning strategies or strategies as well through your financial journey,
yeah.
building wealth, there's strategies and plans to put in place as well to building wealth. So we're going to be talking about those things in our community called the Good Girlfriends Wealth Circle. So we're going to be
Yeah.
talking about things that your girlfriends may not be telling you. Your girlfriends may be walking down the street or y'all be shopping and tell your girl that looks good, but she ain't telling you, girl, you should be putting that $50 or $200 instead of buying that Louis Vuitton bag, you should be putting
Okay.
that towards your retirement or, funding
Mhm.
your child's college education or whatever, to grow that money. That's what we're going to be talking about in the Good Girlfriends Wealth Circle. Not to say that you can't go shopping and do certain things, but
Yeah.
sometimes we need a pathway. Sometimes we need to be have that course correction, right? And so, in the Good Girlfriends Wealth Circle, we're going to be showing you and giving you a pathway and strategies to actually implement and use to help you get on the right road and on the right trajectory to actually grow and see wealth build within your own personal um, portfolio or maybe your family's portfolio. So I'm just so excited about this. We got some awesome things planned and the community. So we're so excited. So if you're wanting to join this circle, all you have to do, if you're on my feed, just drop the
Yes.
word wealth, wealth,
Yes.
WEALTH. If you're on my Facebook feed or IG feed, wealth, WEALTH. If you're on Katrina's live feed, you just type in meetwithangeline.com and we will get that information over to you to join the Wealth Circle as well.
Wonderful, honey. I am so glad that we were able to share today's topic about the five stages of strategically using other people's money and funding. So I hope you guys were able to jot those stages down and you understand what stage you're in. Okay. And we're not
Yes.
jumping the gun and getting out of order, but we're going to do things decent and
And in order.
order. So thank you guys for joining us today. We'll see you next time, next Wednesday at the same time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Until we meet
Yes.
us again with all their getting understanding.
Get an
All right.
understanding. All
All
right,
right.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye. See you next week.